Hi everyone, welcome to another CCC Collab Challenge competition that I'm doing with Dolls Rescued. Every few months, she and I get together and do what we call a CCC, Collab Challenge competition. It is open to everybody on the internet as far as collaboration goes, but the competition part is only between the two of us, Dolls Rescue and Peacecraft Dolls. We need your help, viewers, okay? So our viewers are part of the CCC because we need you guys to watch our videos to the end, and then before you leave my video, rank down below in the comments between 10 and 1. 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how I did in the CCC. Make sure after you've watched my video and you've watched her video and ranked us both, that you also head over and watch everybody else's videos out there. We've got lots of people that like to join us as far as the collab part, but she and I are the only ones that you actually have to rank. So for June 2022, we decided to do the Renaissance. All right, la la. And I will show you my attempt to do that here in a second. So in these CCCs, we always use a Blythe doll, and then lately we've been picking an additional different type of doll to also be part of our challenge. So let's get to it and see what I did. So let's start with the Blythe doll. This was a doll, a fakey doll that I received from a very generous viewer. And you can see I gave her a headband, made her a dress. I am going to show you each doll up close and personal here in a minute, but just give you an overview of the Blythe doll there. But like I said, just hang on. I'm going to show you details of both dolls. And then the other doll, ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, this is Leah. She's an American Girl doll. So we both decided to pick a Blythe doll and an American Girl doll as part of this competition. So yeah, those are my two dollies that I put together for the collab. And I brought out a couple of other dollies just to be part of the Renaissance little display that I put together. These are both dolls from A Girl for All Time, and they're wearing costumes, A Girl for All Time Renaissance costumes as well. So I thought they looked really good. All four of these dolls together, I like them. All right. So let's take a closer look at these two dollies though. So here's a little closer look at my Renaissance gal. She has some wild hair, which I am attempting to tame with this pearl headband I made for her. And she has some earrings. I made these, I actually bought the cabs. These are resin cabs and then the bezel and put them together. And made these ear wires too. Now I did not give her sleepy eyes. She already has some quite a nice little face up, and I love her little pouty mouth. So I did switch out. She had different pull charms and beads, so I took those off and replaced them so that these match her earrings. And I like this little charm. It gives me sort of a Renaissance feel. So this fabric also kind of reminds me of some of the fabric I saw in the paintings when I did some research. You can see she's got the little bell sleeves and then the band here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. So the bell sleeves plus a band, and then I lengthened the sleeves, and I made them long because I noticed in the paintings a lot of them almost cover their hands, so I kept them kind of long and kind of slouchy a little bit on the arms. So there's her other arm. And then I made this little chain piece here. So it's a belt, goes around her waist, and then it hangs down and it has some little charms on it. This little cameo and little beads. I just tried to find stuff I had and did my best to use supplies I had on hand. I always try to do that before I go buy stuff for these CCCs. But I'm really happy with how she turned out. I think she is quite an elegant little Renaissance lady. I'll show some pictures of her so you can see a little bit more close-up detail of what I did for this dolly. And her shoes, by the way, these shoes I actually have had for quite some time. And I noticed when I did some research on shoes in the Renaissance period, like the clothing, it's kind of like all over the road. But a lot of the women did wear heels, and in fact, I thought it was funny. If you were well off, you would wear high heels and then hire a couple of people to stand on either side of you and help you walk, because the heels were hard to walk in. And this gal's having a hard time standing in these heels. I gotta say, she's got a bit of a floppy body, so I had to prop her up pretty carefully to get her to stand. All right, I had to reposition the camera and get pretty far back because this chick is much larger than my Blythe doll. But we will look at her close up here in a minute. Just give you an overall feel for what she looks like. And yeah, so I ended up, again, being able to find fabric that I had on hand that gave me kind of a feel for what I saw in the paintings when I continued to do research about the Renaissance period. And so I made the top dress, and then I made a underskirt to go with it, so it had this sort of layered effect. A lot of the dresses had many layers to them, so I was kind of trying to emulate that a little bit. She, like the other doll, I have a chain around her waist with a charm and also another enamel charm that I made for her, as well as a necklace. And then she has a headband as well. But let's look at her close up. Oh, and her shoes down there. She just has little flat, like ballet slipper type shoes, which again, actually is something that I saw when I looked at period shoes. So I just went with the simple flat so this girl could stand up. All right, let's look at her close up. All right, we'll start from the top. Again, I made a beaded headband, this using some red beads and some little silver spacer beads. I think you can see those. To pull her hair back, a lot of the women had similar ornamentation in their hair. Then I used some chain, and I had this charm already, so I put this chain together and made her a little necklace. Again, very, I think, reminiscent of the Renaissance period. And then here is the chain around the belt that I made, and another resin charm I put together and hung. And I thought it looked good with this fabric. You can see she's got the bell sleeves, the long sleeves, the ruffles at the end, really. Double layers here of fabric, and then her little ballet style slippers. So yeah, I'm really happy with how she turned out. Typically young girls would wear their hair down. They would not wear it up unless they were married or older ladies. So both my dollies are single gals, so they have their hair down. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this. Please give this a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, after you've watched this and given me a 10, head over to Marna's channel, Dolls Rescue, watch her video, and give her a 10. Okay? I'm very curious to see what she's done. I know it's going to be amazing. She's super duper talented, and I love doing these CCCs with her. We will be giving you more information about the next CCC and also the winner of this one very soon. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you have and hit the notification bell. That way you'll make sure that you get a notification of that video. Have a wonderful dolly day. Bye-bye.